I'd like to talk about the Kanoelehua Industrial Area, which is in District 3. What do you see the County Council being able to do to enable more growth and stability for the small businesses in that area? That property, Kanoelehua Industrial Area, is under the control of the state, a combination of Department of Land and Natural Resources and Department of Hawaiian Homelands. So it's not dissimilar in some characteristics to Banyan Drive. But Ms. Kali'i, let's start with you. Tell us what you think can be done to help improve the robustness of that area for the businesses that are currently there.
Okay, well, first we need to start with the infrastructure of the area, improve the roads, the traffic, and just be able to improve that entire area as a whole. It kind of plays into the revitalization of that whole Banyan Drive area when it comes into KIAA. But improvement of the infrastructures would be key.
Thank you. And Ms. Leloy.
So again, the state, they hold the leases. And what's actually happening right now is the number of the lessors, they don't want to do any real improvements because they don't know the extent of their lease, which are expiring right now. So what the business community needs to begin to do is really begin to advocate for long-term leases in which they can then build in an infrastructure plan and pencil it out. That's the biggest challenge right now for the Kanoelehua Industrial Area. Currently on the books, the Department of Hawaiian Homelands also has an opportunity to expand industrial area just adjacent to Target. So they have plans for an industrial park there. So there's opportunities there with the Department of Hawaiian Homelands, and then having longer term leases for our business community to be more central, where it's related or closely related to our airport, our harbor, and then our commercial uses. So that's actually how I'd like to see some of that revitalization happen. But we're back to the Department of Hawaiian Homelands and the Department of Land and Natural Resources really needs to think hard about how long the leases are going to be because they're expiring.
Sometimes it's really hard to get the state to play ball with us. I'm sure you all know that it took quite a long time for the mayor to convince the state to give us Mauna Kea Park at the top of the saddle, just because we were getting all the complaints, meaning the county was, and it takes a lot of work and energy, but I concur. Now, this is not an issue that is specifically in your areas, but it would be something you, as county council members, might need to address. So, Ms. Green, do you have any comments on the Kanoelehua Industrial Area, in addition to what the folks who would be the council members for that have said?
No, not at this time, but I would be really interested in researching it, though. Yeah, I just see a lot of building going on, and I just was wondering if that belongs to the general plan. I'm sure, but
thank you. Ms. O'Hara.
I'm somewhat familiar with some of the problems, and it does come down to the state and the leasing, and that leaves the owners unable to invest in renovations on any of the buildings and upgrades and all of that. I know I tried to rent a facility there, oh goodness, 10, 15 years ago, and it's problematic. It's a very important section for Hilo to have. An industrial section is very, very important. It's not being solely replaced by the Shipment Industrial Park, which is 6 miles out of town. We still need an industrial section here in Hilo. So I know this is going to have to be a long-term project and how it gets pursued, but I would like to be on board with understanding the needs of that project so that we can advance it as much as possible. Thank you.